Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And today, we got ourselves a quality check with the Model 3. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, so we have ourselves a quality check with the Model 3. And the Model 3, I definitely can say now, is probably built a little bit better than the Model Y. They've obviously been building the Model 3 for about 6 years now, and they've gotten to the point where they've been able to ramp up production and figured out the little defects that the Model 3 has. And I won't say that the Model 3 is perfect, but I definitely say it's far an improvement from what the build quality of the Model Y is. So let's do ourselves a quality check. And a quality check is basically going to be looking at the panels, and we're going to give it a pass or fail. And today I have this. This is an instrument which measures the gap. And we're going to be measuring Tesla's gap because Tesla considers 3 millimeters within spec. So moving along here, let's look at the left side. Looking at the fender, making sure that it matches the hood, and the hood matches the bumper. There used to be a paint discoloration with the gray, but Tesla seems to have fixed that issue. And so far, what I see is so good from the left to the right. And these are the latest vehicles that are coming out of Fremont factory. And guess what? This happens to be the Performance Model 3. So let's take a look over here at the driver's side door. It's fine. And that's what we want to see. And here's a look at the interior. Remember, after you've done a thorough check of the exterior, that's when you want to move into the interior. Let's move on to the driver's side door handle. See if it's flush, and it is flush. Now let's check this side to see if it's flush, and it is flush. Now let's check right here to see if it's flush, and it is flush. So, this gap is nice and tight, and that's what we want to see. Over here is nice and tight. Beautiful. Remember, if you're taking delivery, especially of the Performance Model 3, it comes with a spoiler. But sometimes the spoiler is not attached on properly. So you want to make sure that the left side and the right side is sealed properly. Taking a look at the rear, and that's the beautiful dual motor badge, and then the right light. Now let's take a look over here to see that this spoiler has been sealed on properly. Now, okay, the gap looks fine. There was a paint imperfection with the Model 3s, and with this Model 3, you can't see it. But it is located where the dual motor logo is, and if you look right up here, it is right there, but you can't even see it. So it's most noticeable on the white Model 3s. I've done previous videos which have pointed out their paint imperfections. So if you want to go check out some of my previous videos of a white Model 3, you'll be able to see and identify what I'm talking about. All right, so continuing on and looking at the right side, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, this door is actually poking out. So that's probably the only problem that this one has. So I definitely will be giving this Model 3 a pass. Great job, Tesla. Now let's move on to another Model 3. So it looks like we have 3 gray Model 3s that we're going to be checking out today. And let's do ourselves a quality check. So continuing on with this Model 3, and it has the aero wheels. Now let's take a look at the left side. Let's take a look at the hood, and let's take a look at the bumper. From the left to the right, everything looks fine to me. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at the driver's side door. Nice and tight. Here's a look at the beautiful interior. It's all packaged up, ready to go. Brand new, right in the box. What do I mean in the box? I mean all packaged up, just dropped off from the delivery truck. So let's continue on. Now let's move on to the rear. And let's check this right here. Now, taking a look over here at this gap, it is nice and tight, and that's what we want to see. No problems over here. Do love what I'm seeing. Let's check the rear. Let's check that. Looking at for that paint imperfection, which is not even noticeable. Well, let's check this right side gap over here. So it is 4.6 millimeters, and which is basically a millimeter above spec, but that's very, very minor. That I would still probably accept this Model 3. Now let's move on to our final Model 3 for the evening. All right, so this is our final Model 3 for the evening. And guess what? It happens to be another performance. A lot of people right now are buying the performance Model 3 because it's an unbelievable vehicle that just gives you a huge smile on your face from the left ear to the right ear. Now, let's continue on by looking at the left side of this Model 3, looking at the front, the bumper. No problem over here. From the left to the right, everything looks good. And this is the most recent build vehicles that have been dropped off. Now, let's take a look at the driver's side door. Okay, there's a look at the interior. Now let's take a look over here to see if it's flush, and it is flush. But this door is kind of poking out a little bit. And you'll be able to tell if the door is poking out just by the feel. Just rubbing one finger from this panel to this panel. It should be very smooth. Now, okay, this gap over here, it's not bad. Let's measure. So Tesla considers 3 millimeters within spec. And this gap is about 4.01. So it is a minor increase from what Tesla considers within spec, but let's check over here, down over here, where it seems to be a bigger issue. So yes, we can identify the problem here. Look at it, it's 6 millimeters. So we definitely have ourselves an issue with this performance Model 3. Yeah, 6 millimeters is above spec. So we definitely would have to let Tesla know that they'd have to work on that gap. See, our goal for doing these quality checks is to help Tesla improve their build. And sometimes in order to identify the problem, somebody has to basically let them know what to fix. And that's what I do these quality checks for, is because I want Tesla to become a better company where they can compete with brands such as Audi, Mercedes, even a Toyota. So they make very beautiful vehicles, but as far as their build quality, there could be some improvement. And it's up to us Tesla owners and the people in the Tesla community to let Tesla know how to make a better vehicle. All right, so unfortunately this vehicle is a fail due to the fact that it has a 6 millimeter gap. That's double within spec. So if you're thinking about ordering a Tesla, guess what? Now's the best time to do it. Why? Because the price continues to increase. And if you want to lock in a price now, I strongly suggest that you order it now. All right, so that's all I got to say. So thank you and have a nice day.
Hey, would you like to win a Tesla Model 3? All you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky subscriber will win a Tesla Model 3.